Good evening. It is 6:01, Monday, April 7th. Community engagement. Can I get a roll call, please?
Ms. Bell?
That's me here.
Ms. Chester?
Here.
Dr. Fisher?
Yep.
Ms. Thomas?
Here.
Mr. Thompson?
Here.
Cool, we have everybody here today. So to set and adopt the agenda, I am going to propose that we move, which I have is blank now, the new business to the very end of the meeting. But other than that, I'll go ahead and put in a motion to adopt the agenda.
That would be to before announcements, is that what you're saying?
Yes. So new business at the very end of old business, but before announcements. Anybody want to second it?
I second it.
And without objection, all unanimous?
Aye.
Okay. No persons registered to speak. Have we all had an opportunity to approve the minutes from the meeting on April 4th? I'll make a motion to adopt them. To approve them. And can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, without objection, we're all unanimous. All right. So the chair report, let's see. So the Community Engagement Committee Chair, which would be me, temporary for now. I now have access to send push notifications through the Village of Gulf Manor app. So if there's any specific messages that you would like for us to send to our residents, please let me know. I don't know if we're trying to resurrect it. I thought we were getting rid of the app, but I guess we're gonna try something new for now. So I'll leave it at that. I got a couple of other things regarding the postcards and the little free pantries, but as opposed to me giving it in the report, I'll go ahead and put it under old business so that Dr. Fisher and Ms. Gwynn can present them. And I guess that's it. We'll move on to the We Thrive report.
Okay, We Thrive, we're doing the cooking classes right now. And starting July the 10th, we're gonna be doing the chronic pain classes from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Classes are free and open to the public. Everyone who completes the class, Gulf Manor will receive $50. You can register for classes on the village website, where the flyer is at.
Flyers
Have a flyer.
for,
Just set up the class. I just to register for the class.
okay, you have flyers. I'm supposed to have, you talking about the postcards that's going out?
No, I'm talking about a flyer that I have that,
Now I understand, okay. I didn't
okay.
So you got your own flyer?
Yes, council on agent sent me a flyer to put out so people can register for the class.
Are you putting one on the bulletin board out there?
When you print them up for me, I certainly will.
Is that one not working?
That was very.
I'll print them tomorrow.
Okay, the thing is, it's on my phone. And that's why I sent it to you, so
To
you
my
can print them
email.
up for me, yes.
Who has
Because she
access?
pointing to you.
Who has access to this printer?
I actually don't.
Okay, I'll print it tomorrow.
Thank you very much. And then I'll pass it out tomorrow when you hand it to me.
Okay.
Any other questions about that? Are you ready? Okay,
Okay.
what's next on there? Is it me again or is it Dr. Bishop?
Yeah, old business, we can talk about the postcards to the community.
Yeah, what a, go ahead.
event.
Yeah. So we ordered postcards. We purchased 2,500 postcards. The mailing routes that we chose are all with Gulf Manor mailing routes. They don't like fit exactly with Gulf Manor, so there's like one, I think, that goes a little bit outside of Gulf Manor. It ends up being 2,484 mailing pieces, so they'll give us whatever is left over. And the total cost was $1108.71.
Nice.
Cheap. All right.
And those go out when?
Should be.
Soon?
It depends on the post office.
I guess it is still,
So what day was that you talked to Minuteman, like what day they were paying?
So Eric has been very helpful
Was
with
that like Tuesday or Wednesday?
the direct billing part of it, so
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with that.
think it was Wednesday,
Looks like
maybe.
that was Wednesday last week, yeah.
Okay, so assuming we paid them Wednesday, paying them Wednesday, assuming they can get them to the post office like Thursday, the office has up to like maybe a week or two to get them delivered. So they should be hopefully being delivered this week, by the end of this week. But I think the Grand Prix, what is that, Soapbox Derby is like Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the first date that's on there. So I was hoping to get it out before then.
yeah.
But,
Do they give you a timeline? Cause,
that's kind of the risk. We get it cheaper, but it's kind of at their discretion when they deliver them. Usually they take like a week or two, but I mean,
but not a whole month, hopefully.
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I hope not. I expect a week, but maybe two. Send it some grace. Okay, is that it for our update on the postcards?
And thank you to Mel for designing them.
Yeah, thanks. All right, Ms. Gwen.
Okay, we with the Little Free Pantries. We Thrive and Reach have encouraged us to apply for a grant to fund our Little Free Pantries. Applications for the grants are due June the 2nd. Therefore, to expedite the process to approve our Little Free Pantries, we met with Solicitor Rob Butler to prepare legislation for the upcoming council meeting, despite our committee having yet to vote to recommend that he writes the legislation. Okay, motion to, am I supposed to say this motion to,
So, like as you remember in our last meeting, we talked about the Little Free Pantries and I passed out, kind of like, proposed legislation from a different state. It
Right.
might have been
I
Louisiana,
don't have
something
to
that We
read it.
Thrive provided for us. And I asked you guys, hey, think about it and we'll talk about, like, read over it and think about it and we'll talk about it at this meeting. Well, since then, we got some more information that kind of like, no, we should probably go ahead and try to pass this now. But to not leave you guys out the loop, I still want, your support. I think we should still go ahead and send out a motion. But Rob Butler is working on it, so we get it done quicker so we can try to apply for this grant. All right, so can I get a motion to recommend that Rob Butler go ahead and start this legislation? All right, can I get a second?
Second.
All right, pick one. And so I guess everybody's in favor of that, cool. Without objection, everybody aye? Yeah?
Aye.
All right, sounds good. And I think that actually has to go to planning
yeah,
committee,
yeah.
planning commission as well.
And then,
Yeah, at first they were gonna modify the one that exists for the Little Free Libraries. But they're big enough of a change, meaning that the Little Free Library is on residential properties and there's multiple of them and it's on the onus of like the resident to upkeep them. Well, these free pantries will be like on the government
Right.
property. And it only, as of now, one, maybe two.
Right.
And so that's a big enough difference. It's like this should be a new ordinance and not like a modified one from one that's existing. And I'll give updates for the Juneteenth, and then I'll probably also give them in recreation. So as of now, we have registered 10 vendors and collected payments from 9 of them. We also received one donation of $10. So therefore, we've raised a total of $235 minus fees. We already discussed these postcards, but in addition, I've also designed flyers specifically for the Juneteenth celebration. If you want to pass those out, I can print them off and give them to you to help register some more vendors. Since I wrote this, I got today, Rob Butler, he applied for the liquor license. We actually have it. Like I have the liquor license in the email now, so we have our permit now. You have a question?
Yes, for this liquor license, I remember last year we did a temporary one. Is this another temporary?
Oh, yeah, they're all gonna be temporary.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, let's see. So another thing I had Rob Butler do was investigate whether the village could obtain a blanket health inspection to cover all of our food vendors. So unfortunately, we can't do that. So basically, for every point of sale, they have to have their own food permit. So each vendor is gonna have to apply for their permit and pay $65 for an inspection in addition to our registration fee. So I tried to work around that and I wasn't able to do it. We do not have a food vendor yet. Like I have a couple of possibles, but nobody has like fully committed. That might worry me a little bit. So we need to try to get some food vendors or at least one big food truck or something. But the good news is Cincinnati Circus Company will be providing us with free hours of entertainment. So a face painter and our balloon artist will be there from 5 to 8 p.m. And I think those are the primary Juneteenth updates here.
Exciting.
Exciting.
So if we can't get a food vendor as an alternative, can we maybe cook hot dogs or something
Yes.
and hamburgers so we can still have food?
I'll grow.
That's actually a good idea. And we can we can still apply for a license and all that too. Now, the difference is rec will have to pay for that, though.
Okay. Or I'll donate it, like $65 or it's $160.
I mean, it'll be 65 just for the inspection. and then how
I'll
much for
donate.
the
They gotta
food.
go in there and in the office over there and inspect them. What are they expecting?
Wherever we just had to cook it, like the grill or,
And the temperature of the meat and.
yeah,
feed it.
yes and no, yeah. I have a list of things that they're checking for. I don't
Okay.
think that's it specifically, but there are things like that.
Because we
on there.
did it last year with the movie, and I think if we do something similar, we
Some of the
can.
movie night?
And
Yeah.
I think that will help us bring more money in, actually.
I mean, we could do it that way. I think like that might be what they have thought about doing for, the soapbox derby. Like the last few years, they pulled in a food truck, but
Mhm.
prior to that, I think they've always sold like hot dogs and stuff.
Mhm.
And I will say if it's a donation, you don't actually have to get the food permit. Like if you don't charge, that's not true. I think you only if you're selling food,
Maybe so.
That's a good question to ask.
the health department.
It should be anytime you're handing out food to the public, but.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you're donating it, you don't have to. But I mean, that's something easily I can look up. But yeah, that actually is an option. I didn't even think about doing that.
Yeah, I don't mind standing back there and selling if
Right.
it's gonna bring money into the golf.
Right. I mean, it's gonna cost rec to pay
65,
for,
yeah.
but plus the price of the hot dog.
Yeah.
And then they'll hope to get that money back is what it is.
Mhm.
So I did talk to the hot dog lady. So when I say I have like a couple like possibles, she wants to charge us to come out now. Normally we charge her. So that would be like she's changing her business model. So that's one. I talked to the food truck who showed up. He's like, yeah, if I got nothing else going on, I'll be there. I'm like, good. That's not really committal.
Yeah, why would we pay her to come out?
I mean, whoever got the leverage, like some of those food trucks, they
Yeah.
want like a minimum.
I mean, she got the food.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But then we don't make anything.
We never did. It was just,
Oh,
right.
It's
I mean,
just
we
the
get the
service being
$25, but, now the good news is that most of the entertainment is free. Like the event, I'm not really pressed. That's why I was like, I'm not really worried that we only got 10 vendors at this point. The money is nice, but, and the fact that we only spent 1,100 on postcards, we still got 900 left, like almost a blank check. So, like I would like our residents to have something to do when they get there, but historically the vendors was to support, like pay for the event, but I'm not like eager for money this year.
So we can do we have the facilities to do hot dog and hamburger, give people alternative and choice or no?
I don't know what type of grills we have for that.
And then to put that on, like, don't we need like kosher hot dogs and things like that? Also like to.
So this event is not gonna be a kosher event.
Okay, okay.
4th of July is a kosher.
Okay,
4th
okay.
of July is definitely, because it's more than that, like even, like somebody has to sit, like they call it food supervision. So you can make sure that whole
No
process
contamination.
stays.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we are not taking on that
Yeah,
responsibility.
but then we have to go on because I'm vegan, so.
Oh, you didn't
know that?
We have to move over to another one, so we don't want to go down there.
That's why I was asking, like, wait,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But no, I think grilling out is very cool and fun. And,
Now we do have like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 vendors who are like selling like snacks, like maybe cupcakes. I know there's a lemonade vendor who's also selling maybe like cookies or treats or something like that. But as far as like hot food, I don't think I have a hot food vendor yet. So, but another potentially, I mean, I guess I can say, I don't know why not. There is a local, like a family who lives in Gulf Manor who's moving into that moving a restaurant into Demetrio's. And I think she's trying to open up as soon as June. So if I thought I could connect with her, I might just go knock on her door and see if like that's a partnership that they want to like either be serving directly out of the restaurant if it's open and have a runner come back and forth, or maybe she just has a grill or whatever she does at the event and just use it to promote the business. And I'll even cut off like no food vendor. Only food vendor we have is our local food vendor.
and that would be
Happy
very
to do
nice
that.
to
Yeah.
support our
Right.
local.
And I would charge, but I got to figure out who this. I mean,
That's a good selling point.
yeah. So, because I really only need like one pretty solid food vendor. I mean, people like options, but they'll get what they can get, I guess.
I mean, we are a village.
Huh?
So, well, we are a village.
Yeah. All right, so any more questions regarding Juneteenth? Yeah, I got like ice. Matter of fact, I got a follow-up with, David. He gave us donated water last year. So I will need help. Maybe I can have you do that.
Pick up the ice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to give you a time to be there though, right? Okay, so because we need the ice before the event starts.
I did good last year.
No.
No.
Yep. All right, so next agenda item, so redesign and redevelop the village website. I have these ideas in my head, only until after Juneteenth will I actually be able to like start this next task. So, but I think within the next few weeks, what I'll put out like on Facebook or maybe even use the app to try to get maybe 5 or 6 residents to just have like a little subcommittee, and we'll figure out essentially what we like about other village websites and don't like about ours, and see if we can figure out who designed those websites or who supports them. It's like, you go onto a website at the bottom, it might say, such and such, like start writing all that down. And then eventually do like a call for proposals and try to understand how much, I don't know if these are $5,000, $50,000, $500,000. Like I have no idea how much it costs to redevelop. Do we need to redevelop it all? Is it just as simple as like changing the navigation, and that might make it like just so we can find whatever we're looking for on there. So I would like definitely some community input and community engagement in that. And so I'll try to set up a subcommittee for that and spend a few months. And I think it'll be a heavy lift because we're talking decent amount of money. You got to get approval from finance, and then our terms are over. So hopefully in the next 6 months, that'll be something we can close out with. So, any other questions about that? And I guess that's where we'll add new business as well. So I talked very briefly with Dr. Mena and Brittany. So there's some overlap between community engagement and executive committees, which includes this website redevelopment, but also trying to update our audio visual equipment. I know that is new, right?
Mhm.
Is that camera new, but these mics are all the same?
So both of these mics are new.
Okay.
I mean, not like this year new, but like one of them I think was last year. The other one was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, the camera's brand new.
Okay. So I guess some of the problems is that when people watch live on YouTube, it's like hard. I don't really watch this live. I'm usually in the meeting, so I don't really know but those are some things that we'll also talk about in executive committee. So I'm hoping that Dr. Mena, although she is free to say no, will decide if she wants to do that task, and that along with the website might close us out for the next.
I wonder if
6
that's
months.
something that you could put out on the same push notifications.
Yeah.
Like, what do you like about the website? What do you not like? What do you watch the meetings?
Right.
Do you,
Yeah.
is there feedback that people, because really, I think all the people who are the most appropriate to give us that feedback are the people who are watching them.
Right. And it might also include like the projector and all of that equipment in the community hall too. But I don't know how utilized that is. So those are some things to consider. And so with that said, I especially want to thank you two for keeping me updated on some of these tasks. Like I'm very happy that we got these postcards out. I'm very happy that we are getting these little free, I want to say libraries, but pantries. I'm overall very happy with like our progress that we're making as a committee and with our pace. Like I think we're doing a good job of not biting off more than we can chew, which is kind of why I left this new business blank, but we still have another 6 months before all the terms. So we should probably, in addition to the website, come up with at least one. We can do some smaller tasks that falls on our laps, but some bigger tasks. So maybe we brainstorming about that. And again, some of this is going to also be supporting our executive committee. So I mean, I guess that's it. Anybody else have anything to say on their business? Did I skip
Well, since
anything?
you're here,
Okay.
I'm wondering if we could do some kind of community engagement with the police to say, come and meet us. Because I don't think, I mean, there've been new hires, and I think it would be amazing for residents to come out and meet the police officers, and we can make it kind of a fun thing. I haven't wrapped my brain around it to see what kind of things we can do, and I think it would be a nice thing to do.
We'd love to do that. That kind of will play into, the CIT initiative
Yeah.
that we started. Yeah, absolutely.
So would that be something you'd work with us, or you guys would just do it on your own?
We can work with you, so we can, get a lot of audience as far as get your message out. Maybe a couple weeks to, get with some of the people and we can see, because we kick around ideas of, so when, like homework help in the hall and things
Oh,
like
that'd be
that would fit. So, I don't wanna trample on anything that we're already working on. So if you give me a little bit of time, we can come up with some ideas and things we can do.
Okay, let me just throw something in there. So how about, also including maybe like playing games? Because I think once you connect with somebody, doing something fun, then the other part, the educational part is like, I know him. Yeah, let me go down. He can work with me with my math and my reading. I don't know, I'm just thinking, kids are different than grown-ups.
I hate to lose games though.
Right.
Huh?
He said he hates to lose.
You hate to lose.
Like games.
Checkers, come on, you can
Yeah,
do
that
it.
was actually good.
We'd love to do things like that.
Don't talk about myself.
Okay, thank you.
And then
You do
another
that.
thing to consider too, Captain Reed is leading the Labor Day event. So that might be an opportunity to do like some community engagement with police at a police-led event too.
Mhm, okay.
So that'll be fun.
Go ahead.
You can lead that. You can be the,
Yeah.
And then Mel, I got a fundraising idea. What about Golf Manor Fish Fry?
yeah, why not? So that would be, let's talk to Rec about that, because usually that fundraiser goes to Rec.
Oh.
Because they need
Well,
to
don't we
start
pull money
fundraising.
from them anyway? Do we pull money from them?
From who?
From Rec, yeah, like if you basically in this case, you would get essentially a loan from Rec to pay for the food,
Okay.
and then whatever money you make, you send it back to Rec.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not on red, she is.
Yeah, she's on Rec.
Can you pitch that to Ray?
I'm not on.
Yeah, you come to Rec, whenever, let me know, I'll get you on a Rec agenda.
Okay. I mean, I just think it's a good,
Yeah,
a
so
lot of
any
communities
fundraising
do it.
stuff should be like Rec for sure.
Yes.
I mean, we can do it, I guess, I don't know why it
So
wouldn't
thank
be.
you for asking me that this
People
week.
love fish fries.
They
I like
do.
fish
No, they
fries.
really do. Just
That's
fish and
that church
chips.
coming out of it too.
That's
Church fish fries.
where we get our money from. We got my caddy.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, good.
So, I mean, I guess it could still be a community engagement event, but if we gotta come out of pocket, we definitely have to get the money from Rec, but it goes right back to Rec.
Okay, now I got a question. So where you gonna find the fish at? The kitchen is kind of jacked up right now.
No, it's a fish fry. You fry
Fry
outside.
outside.
Hey, I don't know about fish, so
Oh, okay.
I'm asking
What?
a question. I don't
love
eat
me
fish.
So like we could literally set up a small
You
table,
wanna
right?
sell it outside.
Right.
I'm asking a
You
question. I don't
Yeah.
eat it,
So
so I
what you
don't
would do
know.
is you would set up a little table right here on the side of the building. You just fry the
Slap
fish.
it on some bread and let the grease
Yeah,
soak.
with some
I love
fries and
I'm just asking a
got
question.
the
Yeah, that's actually a
ketchup.
great
The,
idea.
You gonna cook it? That's what I thought.
I'll be there to supervise and nothing, nobody get blown out. Don't ask me to. If somebody teaches me how to, I mean, you ain't doing nothing
Yeah,
but
put
dump
the
it in there,
basket
put
and
it
dump
in.
it in a
I can
deep
do that. I
fryer,
can do that.
yeah.
I can do that. I haven't burned down.
My
my
husband
house.
cooks fish all, he fishes and eats fresh fish every day.
There we
But I
go.
don't know if I could get him to volunteer.
Right.
But I will ask him. He
I say,
loves
especially if he catches the fish.
every
You
day.
don't
Oh,
have to
some
pay,
good,
yeah.
good fresh
Because
fish.
fishing every day.
Really?
But that's what he eats for dinner every day. It's fresh fish every
Wow.
Is he Presbyterian? I know I was gonna jack up that word.
day.
I know I was gonna jack up that word.
What did you say?
Presbyterian.
That's good.
Okay.
I know I was going. I hesitated when I said I'm gonna jack up this word.
So, yeah, let's get in contact with Rec. And like, especially if we need some money, but it'll go into Recs. But that can also be a community engagement. I think that's actually a really good idea. Because in general, I think they need to do, that's not a criticism, I think they need to start fundraising and stuff.
I mean,
like that.
fundraising, we always
Yeah,
need.
yeah. And like reaching out to businesses for donations. We talked about doing like a bourbon tasting up in,
Goodfellas?
yeah, So, but we just never done it, so we need to start ramping up some of that stuff, and maybe later on in the year is when we'll maybe get in that pattern of doing it, so we can spend the money this time of year, so.
That's
Yeah, cool. All right, anything else we want to
I just want to, if we're gonna, ask businesses for money, could we,
ask?
yeah, and can we, like, when we do the postcard, ask them to, advertise their business and just get money from that way?
Oh,
That
yeah.
way we can
Absolutely.
deduct from what we're paying and keep it in our pocket.
Oh, yeah. So put your business in here.
Maybe
$10.
get a little bigger postcard.
Yep.
That's just a suggestion.
And in the past, I kind of did that with some of the Juneteenth stuff, like I put the circus on there last year. So, all right, cool. Anything else before I get to announcements? Thanks, I like your ideas. So the next community engagement meeting is scheduled for Monday, June 9th at 6. So we're starting the summer schedule now.
Yeah,
So
Yay.
that means community engagement, executive, finance, and council are all on the same day. So they're at like 6, 6:30, 7, 7:30. So June 9th is the first one at 6 to 6:30. And let's see, the 14th annual Gravity Grand Prix Soapbox Derby is scheduled for Sunday, May 18th. So that's this Sunday, right? Races will be on Breedmont and they start at 7:30 in the morning. They go like all day. They'll probably go like 4:30. Juneteenth, we already know, Friday the 13th from 4 to 9. 4th of July Parade and Picnic, Sunday, June 29th. The parade will start at Lasannaville in Inglewood at 2 p.m. and the picnic will be at Volunteer Park. It starts at 3 p.m. Food supervision will be provided by Cincinnati Kosher, and the Labor Day cookout is scheduled for Monday, September 1. All right, motion to adjourn. First, I need a first.
I'm first.
Keep it first. I need a second.
Second.
Pick one, and all, without objection, what do you say, aye?
All right.
All right, we did a meeting in 30 minutes.